Hey everybody, it's the Running Geek back with another episode of Let's Play Minecraft Pocket Edition. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. I know I am. I want to get started real quick in this episode. We don't have a whole lot to do or a whole lot to accomplish from the actual building standpoint, but we do have a big task to do. So we left off last time talking about making an easy way to get down here, because again, the only way for me to actually get down here from the silos and the workshop is unfortunately this long ladder, and it's fine. It's a way to do it, but it's not very quick or efficient. And so we talked last time about building some sort of a rail elevator to get up, and then probably just a water drop down so I can fall down quickly and get down to this level. So what we decided on was right about here, because again, I'm trying not to put everything just in some sort of grid. So I thought this would be kind of a cool place to drop down. It's right near a couple of the farms. It's near the next farm we're going to put in. So it's kind of a central location. So this is at 1258,505, and we're at level 20. So what we want to do is we want to go check out those coordinates up in the workshop and see where they're at. So 1263, 1262, 1259, no, 1258, and 507, 505. So that is, let's mark that. So that is exactly where that piece of diorite is. Now that actually looks pretty good from a location standpoint. But we know that we're going to use a mine cart to get up into the area here. So what we want it to do is we want to send it back down the water drop to be recycled, which means we're going to need a little bit of space here to get that to work properly. So what I'm thinking is we go one more block that way. So this is where the water drop would actually be. So let's see, let's grab the shovel here. Oh, and they just released a new version, 1.2.1, where they really have changed the kind of the menu system, and you can craft a whole stack of stuff. Can't wait to show you guys how that works as well, because that is just awesome. And then you can also see on the screen here is where if I hit X, it takes half of the stack. So it's so cool. Just really, it's just awesome. I can't believe they got that update out so quickly. But I think what we need to do next is this hole right here, that's going to go all the way down to that piece of diorite. But what we've got is we actually need to dig out. Oh, don't throw the shovel here. And of course, I'm going to fall in the hole. So let's get back out of here. Probably get rid of that potion too, since we're not going to be dealing with lava, I don't think. What we need to do is we need to dig. This will represent, for the water drop, what we're going to want is we're going to want walls on every side of us so that we don't somehow skew off where the water is going to be. So that's where the actual hole is going to be. Then on the outside of this is where the track is going to be. And then, so that's where the track is going to be. And then on the outside here, what we want to do is we want to have brick wall, just so that when we're going down the water, that it looks semi-nice, just for decoration. So that means that we have to dig this. Let's see, we're at level 20 down there. So we have to dig this down about 47 layers. So let me get busy and get that going. Alright, now that that hole is dug and that is all cleared away, I did start on the basics of basically a fall shaft. What we're going to do is we're going to put a sign right here, and then we will put a water source right there so that we can fall all the way from the top all the way down here. We'll come out this door, which then leads in that direction. Now, so that takes care of the down piece. The up piece, however, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to build a rail system. And I thought what we would do is use a design that I saw, probably about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, from Slipgator, who is a hermit that plays on Hermitcraft. And he came up with kind of a corkscrewing rail type of elevator. So, for example, it's going to kind of look something like, let's get rails in our inventory here. And then we'll swap out and get some powered rails in here as well. Alright, so we will do something like this and go up here. And then do we want to do powered? Probably. And then we will, I think we need to do, do we need to do it like that? Because we do have to do a curve here. So, no. So we can't curve it in that direction. Which means, let's see, so we have to have two blocks in a row that are down. So we'll put a block there, and then we'll put a block there, and then we'll put a block there. And we will put more powered rails, just like this. And we will do something like so. And we'll go all the way up. So I've got to build the entire shaft up there that goes all the way to the top. And then loop the rails around, so it's going to go in kind of this corkscrewing fashion, kind of like that. And then we'll build some sort of, cool, quick minecart dispenser that launches the minecart all the way up. So this has got a corkscrew all the way up. I also want to put, oh boy, well, let's get back up here. Alright, and then I also want to, oh, there's some good iron there. I also want to put brick on this side of the wall, this side of the wall, this side of the wall, and then this side of the wall as well. So we need to go all the way up with brick. So I'm going to get that done, and then we'll talk about some of the details. Okay, well, now that the fall shaft is done, I thought that I would show you kind of what we've got from an operation standpoint. So you can see I've got the brick fall shaft completely done, and let me just show you. What we've got is we've got 2 sources of water, because I did find that one source of water, if you fall from that height, there are some chances that you might die. So you go through 2 sources of water in there. We do have a hopper and a pressure plate underneath here. In the region, we have a, let's see if my, go grab the door real quick here. The reason that we have a pressure plate at the bottom there is because I wanted to essentially have a door here. So when you come in, when you fall down, the door will open and you go out, and then when you exit, the door will close. That way, no bad guys or anything like that can get in. And this guy, what are you doing, dude? Goodbye and good riddance, my word. Trying to film here. All right, so that's the fall shaft. And then what I did is I went all the way around in that spiral fashion like we talked about with the rails. So this goes all the way up kind of like this. And then let me just show you real quick as we get up further the track here. I just want to get above the actual ceiling. Let's take care of this guy. You are not welcome here. And okay. Well, I will take care of you some other time. So then when we get up to the top here, you can see here is the wall. And let's take care of this right now, because that's one too high for the ceiling. Okay. And we can take care of this. All right, so something kind of like so. So that's kind of that. And so we got all of the track, everything laid. And then on the bottom of the die right, where the tracks are laid, what I did was, you can see I put just levers to power that. I was going to use redstone blocks just because it looks a little bit better. But to be honest, I really don't have that many redstone blocks. So I thought that I would not waste resources there. Okay. And let's take care of this guy. All right, excellent. All right, so then what we did is we've got kind of this rail system here. And I did borrow the rail dispenser design from Azuma. You'll see the link to his video in the description of this one. But you come here, you stand on the pressure plate, a minecart gets dispensed, and you enter the minecart. And then when you leave, you can then go up. And this goes up all the way around. And it will go all the way up to the workshop here. Alright, so let me get out of the minecart and take care of that. And then here is the actual shaft. I want to take just a moment here to talk to you about this. So I kind of had to do this a little bit weird. So just because of the way the spiral with the tracks and just the way this fit in here, I have to go in the back here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make an activator rail right here, so it punches me off the minecart, and then the minecart I think will break right here and then go down into like a hopper chain where we can, let's see, we should have enough space to put it right there, and we'll dispense the minecart back into the water shaft here. And then that will dispense back into the dispenser. And we'll kind of show you how that works. But let me show you how the fall shaft works. So if I just fall down here, just like that, turn around, door opens, and now I'm back down here. So that's really way more efficient to get down here and also back up. So what I'm going to do now is, I think I've got a good design in mind. I'm going to be using some red stained terracotta. No, concrete. That would be red concrete. I'm going to use red concrete and granite. And I'm going to kind of mimic kind of our steel girders, but I'm going to make them, much more wider and stuff like that, so it doesn't look exactly the same. All right, guys, I've gone just crazy. Absolutely crazy. But before I show you what I have done with the elevator system, I want to show you this. This is so weird. I think there's something wrong with how Minecraft spawns things. keep your eye on the horizon over here. I'm going to slowly creep in. You can see there's stuff spawning, and then there's more stuff. And look at all of the animals that have spawned over here. Look at this. It's just crazy. There's animals everywhere. And there's witches, and there are creepers. This is just nuts. I don't understand what's going on. All right, so then I thought, all right, that's got to be some sort of fluke. Let me just sleep so no more creepy crawlies spawn over here. I've already had to repair a couple of creeper blasts inside of the workshop here. So I thought, okay, that's totally got to be a fluke, and just keep your eye on the horizon over here. Keep your eye on the horizon, and look at all the stuff. This, I guess, isn't too crazy, but there's more. Oh my word, look at all the cows. Look at all the sheep. This is crazy. Look at this. Look at all that. It's just nuts. Oh, I mean, maybe people really like my farm. They really like living in running meadows. I don't know. But I think, Mojang, I think you might want to check some code on how things spawn. Oh, just look at all the horses. It's crazy. Anyways, I thought that I would show you that. Now, here's the weird thing, right? And then you unload those chunks, and you come over here, and there's like nothing. It's just nuts. It's just crazy. Well, yeah, okay. I want to show you, I'm going to walk you through everything, but I want to show you kind of what I've done. I've got this crazy redstone going on here, and I'll kind of show you what that's about in a second. But what I decided to do was I decided to really move this, because previously I thought, okay, we'll have the door over to the side, and so that when we come in, we'll have to make a left-hand turn, etc. But I was like, when I was putting it together, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And what I'd really like to do is just have the door right here. So I've got just a pressure plate with an iron door, and we can fall down this. So let's do that. This is the water shaft. And I actually had to put 3 water sources here because unfortunately I kept dying. But it looks like 3 water sources is just enough here. I did get some concrete in, at least, some of the surrounding area, just enough so it looks good. But I really want to show you what I've done. So check this out. I think it looks pretty cool. Again, I was kind of going for the metal girder thing, so I kind of used the same type of style, but it's definitely more spread apart. And then I've got the track surrounded by iron bars, and I've got that on all sides there. And then for the exit, I did use the glazed magenta blocks for arrows. So this is the out and this is the in, and then painted lines and that sort of thing. So you can't actually get back in this door, which I think works out pretty good. And then if I do want to take the cart up, all I do is run over this pressure plate. The end rod keeps me from moving forward. And if I just, if I just left click, then I just go up into the cart. It automatically takes off, and it takes me up to the workshop area. So I go up and around, and I come to this area, and now I am in this area. I can't move forward, I can't move back, but I can move right down here, and I come out right here. So it's kind of like a secret exit. And then if you saw that right there, I've got that set on a timer so that when you exit, that it will automatically close. And that just looks like this side, so it's kind of a decorative element. But I want to take you through a couple of things here, just to show you kind of how this works. We've got our tracks coming up. So our minecart, we're riding in our minecart, and we go across this detector rail. We're using comparator to take the signal out of the detector rail, which comes down here. And this is, we're using this as a clock. There's a link in the description for the clock video that I watched on this, and I tried many of them, kind of like pulse extenders. This is the only one that worked really well in Pocket Edition, so I will put that, look for it in the description if you're interested in how this works. Essentially what it does is it moves these 16 items from this hopper to that hopper and then back, and that's how long the door will stay open. So we take the output of the pulse extender right here, which goes to this torch tower, which controls the sticky pistons, which are attached to that wood. So pretty simple design there, nothing really too complex. I do want to show you how this works. So we've got a activator rail right here, and when the minecart hits this rail, it kicks me out, and it kicks me out right here. So you can see right now, because the sticky pistons are expanded, they're blocking the secret door. Then the minecart kicks me off. The minecart continues along, and it goes and hits this cactus, which causes it to come off the tracks, which then goes to this hopper. This hopper goes down into another hopper. That hopper goes into a dropper. That dropper's got a standard timer, which we're used to seeing, or you should be at least used to seeing, because it's like my favorite redstone circuit ever. And then that spits that out, and let me show you where that spits out. If we look on the top of the shaft here, there's the dropper. So the minecart falls all the way down here, and then right here on the bottom of this pressure plate is another hopper, and that hopper chain goes over here into, there's a dispenser that dispenses that. So it is a complete recycled program, in that the minecart keeps getting recycled. I did fill the dispenser up just in case a hopper does get lost, or we have some sort of problem. But theoretically, we should only use one hopper at a time. So kind of cool. And I put the iron bars here, although they're not necessary. I put the iron bars here so when you get kicked off, you know that you can only go in this direction. And then of course that can happen if you wait too long, and that's because I was talking a bit busy yabbering away. That you just have to break that out. But I also put an overflow or a switch here so you can actually manually trigger that door there. But yeah, so overall, I think a pretty simple system. Really happy with the way the downstairs turned out as well. So let's go back down there real quick. I did add just some glowstone underneath each of the anvils. I don't know. I mean, I think it looks all right, but at least it'll provide lighting, which is good. Also discovered something else too in the new version. It's very hard to put carpet on top of torches, so I just use some glowstone just to make it easier. When we get a pumpkin farm, we'll make some jack-o'-lanterns. Let's see, the only other thing I wanted to show, I did do a little bit of a decorative element here. I thought that I'd create like maybe some sort of like engine, or what looked like an engine here. So let's actually go up the track, because we can actually go around back here. So let's go up here. What I wanted to do is make it look like some sort of like a diesel motor. So there's kind of like the smokestack or exhaust stack, if you will. And this is supposed to be kind of like some sort of motor that, represents, something in a factory or something like that. So I thought that would be kind of cool. Let's see. And then I do have a little bit of a room down here that I really need to make a little bit better. I need to also make an entrance, but this is just kind of how we get around to the, there is the dispenser for the minecart and the hopper chain that goes from the bottom of the fall shaft over to the dispenser as well. So yeah, so I'm really happy with the way that turned out. This area is really coming along pretty cool. I really like the yellow, kind of leading you down the way. Yeah, I think that turned out pretty darn good. So really happy with that. It's a super fast and efficient way to get up and down. So that's really what I was going for there. You know, it's exactly what I wanted. Did take a little bit more space up top that I was saving for an auto smelter of some sort. But you know, we'll work around that. But I think for next time, guys, you see what I'm standing on there is some concrete. It's kind of getting to be kind of a pain to make as much concrete as I need. So I'm thinking in the next couple of episodes here, we're going to maybe create like some sort of concrete machine. Yeah, so stay tuned. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.